people have been experienced the two wars in the world, the First World War and the Second World War, and again it should not repeat in the future. Again, there should be no kind of world wars in the future. So for that reason, in 1945, the UNO was established, and the UNO since 1945 UNO is working and on the maintaining of the peace, and where the Second World War was ended, which was started by the Hitler and his greediness. So in this topic, we are going to learn the Nazis worldview. Nazis, that means the party, the political party, which was established by the Hitler. So what was the ambition of the Nazis? What was the intention of the Nazis actually? So that
Ma'am,
was
your voice is very low.
that was the reason. What is actually the Nazis worldview? What they wanted to do in the under their ruling. So that we are going to learn in this topic. So we have learned how Hitler established the Nazis party, and how he became the most powerful person, the pinnacle of power. He got the pinnacle of the power, the highest power in the Germany, which was received by Hitler by by the 1939. How he received that power, and what kind of things he is doing for the Germany people. So these all things we have learned in the last topic, and today we are going to learn how Hitler wants to after getting the power into his hands, what he wants to do, what is his view on the world. So that topic we are going to learn in this lesson. So for already we have discussed that in Hitler's intention, without wars it is highly impossible to extend the country. If anybody wants to extend their uh, area or territory or kingdom or whatever, without violence it is not possible. So that was the main intention of the Hitler. So for that, to make Germany as a bigger one, and to you know include the neighboring places into the Germany. So they have made a plan, a system of set of rules and set of practices were prepared by the Nazis. They have committed for a system of belief. They have their own belief, right? So no, they and these Nazis were entirely different because they all are completely following the Hitler's words. So Hitler never uh, takes the ideologies, or never welcomes the advices from any other people. Yesterday also we have discussed. So all these Nazis were following the Hitler's words, and Hitler had his own way of planning, way of thinking. So they all are having a kind of belief, and also they have set of practices, like how they can extend their kingdom, or how they can extend their country. So they had their own set of practices. And what is the ideology of the Nazis? So what is the idea of the Nazis? That the Hitler world's view. So Hitler wanted to occupy the places, Hitler wanted to conquer the places. So all the Nazis who were the members of the Nazis, they all were supporting the Hitler in conquering the different places in the world. So that was only the ideology of the Nazis. Whatever the Hitler says will be followed by the Nazis in the Germany. And when they got the power, when all the Nazis got the power, because the Hitler has given the power to the Nazis, because these people are also the members of the Nazi party, they are also having some powers. So when these Nazis got the power, okay, so and Hitler too, they have started discriminating the people, right? There was no equality among the people. Like they have divided into some category of the groups, and based on the categories, based on the color context, based on the physical appearance, based on the physical features, the people have been divided into groups, and based on the groups, the treatment of the people, treatment in the sense like low treatment, or you know giving priority to the people in such a way. The Nazis have started the treating the people in different manner, so that we can understand that when Nazis got the power, there was no equality among the people. Some of the people were treated very, ill manner. So especially when we talk about the no equality among the people, Jews were the people who treated very badly under the, Hitler ruling, right? And who are the people treated at top, and who are the people treated at low? So you can see here, blonde, blue eye category people, and Nordic German Aryans. Nordic German Aryans, in the sense, these people actually belongs to the German, okay, but they have settled in the different places. It may be like Poland, or it may be in Italy, or it may be in any other country, who settled in the other countries. Actually, they belongs to Germany, but they have settled in the other countries. Somewhere these people are having relation with the blood relation with the Germany. So such people will be called as Nordic German Aryans, and these people were at the top in the Germany. That means these people were given most of the priority in the Germany. Children, are you understanding? Blonde, blue eye, Nordic German Aryans. So these are the people who got the highest priority in the country, and Jews were at the lowest rung, means lowest level. These people were treated very badly. In fact, these people were treated as slaves also. They worked as the slave workers also in the Germany. So in such a way, the Jews were treated very badly in the Germany. And what happened when the Jews were treating very badly in the Germany? So they have revolted as the anti-race people. The Jews revolted as the anti-race, because Jews were treated very badly, and they don't have priority in the country. They are not treated as a human beings in the country. They treated as the slaves in the country. So in that regard, Jews have started anti-race against the Hitler's government, because the Hitler, I mean, and the Nazis were, were treating the people based on the, physical appearance of the people as well. The Hitler, they don't want to give preference to the Jews, because they are the followers of the Jesus Christ, and where they don't follow the non-violence in the country. So for that reason, Hitler, he don't want to give any kind of priority to the Jews. And before the Hitler, the Jews used to control the, country in the Germany. So there are so many reasons where Hitler and Nazi party doesn't want to give any priority to the Jews. So in that regard, where the Jews were not getting any kind of priority in the country, and they have treated as the slaves in the country. So for that regard, Jews have started anti-race in the country, where they were also demanding that they even want the, equality with the other people. So in that, the Jews have started the anti-race in the Germany, and all other people treated based on the external features. So as all I have told you, external features. If people are looking good, okay, and people are looking very bright, very smart, so based on the external features, the people used to be treated. For example, any disabled people are there mentally or physically. If the people are disabled, okay, these people were not treated as even the human beings under the Hitler. These people were not treated as the human beings under the Hitler. Disabled mentally or physically, if the people are mentally and physically disabled people, so these people were not treated as the human beings under the Hitler. In fact, these people used to be killed very badly, very brutally, right? So because there is no use with these people to the country, they can't develop the country. So what is the Hitler's ideology is, if the people are healthy, physically they are fit, so they can develop the country directly or indirectly. So if the people are mentally and physically they are disabled, how they will help to the country? It is not possible. They means they can't help the development of the country. So in that regard, these people used to be killed very brutally in the Germany under the ruling of the Hitler. And Hitler's racism borrowed from the thinkers like Charles Darwin and Herbert Spencer. So you might have heard from which category Hitler had learned such a kind of ideology. So Hitler has learned this racism means this kind of competition kind of mentality was developed by the two people. He borrowed this mentality from the great thinkers of the world like Charles Darwin. You might have heard this name, Charles Darwin. And the next person is Herbert Spencer. These people are the thinkers of the world, okay? Where these two people were mostly concentrated on the nature and the development of the nature. So this ideology, the Hitler ideology, was borrowed from Charles Darwin as well Herbert Spencer. So Hitler, the ideology was taken from these two great thinkers of the world, and where he started learning the ideology from them, and where he started implementing that ideology in his ruling. And these two people are the natural scientists who try to explain the creation of plants and animals. So, especially Charles Darwin was a great thinker and also was a scientist who explained about the creation of plants and animals. Charles Darwin, you might have learned in science, in biology. So, Charles Darwin was a scientist who explained about the creation of the plants and animals to the world, and also the same method was followed by the Herbert Spencer also. Whatever the creation, whatever the scientific reasons were followed by the Charles Darwin, the same thing was followed by the Herbert Spencer also. Even he also explained the same thing about the plant, the creation of the plants and animals as well, how the nature is helping to the plants and animals to develop. So this based on this theory, these both people were they did their research, and they explained to the world. So so whatever the ideology was there, so that ideology was learned by Hitler from this Darwin and the Herbert. And Darwin believed nature, and Narji's argument was simple, that the strongest person the strongest person, they would race and they will survive, and the weakest ones would perish. The strongest person. So the ideology which was learned by the Hitler from Charles Darwin and Herbert Spencer. So in this, the people have told which is the strong one will survive and which is the weak one will perish. So what is that? What is the ideology? That I'll tell you. The strongest one will survive. That means those who can defend themselves. Okay? Those who can defend themselves, that defended one will survive in the world. Those who are weak mentally or physically, if they are weak, they cannot survive in the world, they cannot survive on the earth, so they will perish. What is the meaning of perish? They will die, okay, in a violent way. This is not the natural death, okay. Either people commit suicide or somebody will defeat these people and they will die in a different way. So if the Nazis ideology was very simple, if they are strong, they will exist in the world. If they are weak, they will die in a violent way, they will perish in the world. Perish in the sense they will die in a violent way. So this is the main ideology of the Nazis party, and the argument also, the Nazis argument also in the world. This is only their argument that if you are, capable, you will survive in the world. If you are weaker section, you will die. So you cannot survive in the world. So this was the argument of the Nazis, and the Aryan race was the finest and the strongest and purity the other ideologies of the Hitler, and where the Aryans, which belongs to the Germany, and what, the people who settled in the different countries. So whatever the argument they were doing, that was pure. It was not like the Nazis, means like killing the people and occupying the places. It was not in that kind. So whatever the system they were following, the Aryans were following, to educate the people, to explain to the people. So that was different. It was completely finest and the strongest and purity, kind of explanation was given to the Germans, like in what way they have to live, in what way they have to survive. And uh, and also Hitler, the Nazis were followed the geopolitical concept. The Nazis followed the geopolitical concept. What is geopolitical concept? They want to, these Nazis want the relation. The Nazis want the relation with the other territories or other countries or areas, whatever it is, right? Means they want to occupy the other places. They have followed the geopolitical concept. Nazis followed the geopolitical concept. Geopolitical concept in the sense relation with the other territories, relationship with the other territories or other countries or other areas. And uh, and also under these, you know the geopolitical development, they have followed one kind of activity, and that was Lebensraum. They have followed under the geopolitical concept. They have followed one activity. That activity is Lebensraum. So Lebensraum in the sense a place which need to be developed, which need to be developed. So Hitler's main intention was to occupy as many as places, and in to occupy that places, he followed one concept. That concept is geopolitical concept. Under geopolitical concept, he followed one activity, and that is called as the Lebensraum. Lebensraum in the sense the place need to be developed. So in that kind of places were occupied by the Nazis, and that was included in the Germany, and where here the people of the Germans, okay, the Germany people were living in such places. So such places were occupied by the Nazis, and they have started the developing such places. So that comes under the Lebensraum, which was one kind of activity followed by the Nazis to develop, to occupy, and to develop the places. And also, under this geographical concept, they have, got the new territories. They got the new territories also. They have occupied the different places into Germany. They have included into the Germany, and their intention was, if they are occupying the different places, if they are conquering the different places, so this would enhance the area of mother country. So when they are, as per Hitler's ideology, when they are occupying the different places, so that would enhance that would enhance the area of motherland. So this was the intention of the Hitler when they are occupying the different places. So that would enhance the area of motherland. So motherland in the sense here, Germany, because he want to increase the size of the Germany, and he had to control the most of the people under his ruling. So that was the intention of the Hitler, and he would also develop the nation. So if his intention was to develop the nation also, that means again Germany, right? And Hitler ended towards eastward. Hitler extended Hitler extended towards the eastward side, okay, and he fell all the Germans in one place. So when he was occupying the different places in the world, at that time he felt that all the Germans, all the Germans were in one place. When he was occupying and including the places in the Germany, at that time he felt that all the Germans were in one place, and Poland became the laboratory for this experimentation, where the Germany was trying to conquer the places. So Hitler chosen the Poland, which is the neighboring country of the German. So from the Poland, the country has become as a laboratory for Hitler, and where this mission, the geographical concept was started from the Poland, where he started extending the Germany into the different east side, west side. Okay, so the different places were conquering and including into the Germany, and Hitler wants to bring all the Germans who settled in the different countries. Hitler wants to bring all the Germans into one nation, one country, and one ruler. So this was the slogan of the Hitler: one nation, one ruler. Okay, so this was the slogan of the Hitler, where he wants to only Hitler, all the Germans who were there, they should be under the control of the Hitler. So this kind of methodology was followed by the Hitler to bring all the Germans into one nation, because during the World War I, the people have been, went to the different countries. At that time the situation was very bad in the Germany. The people were unable to, get the food also. no shelter. So, for that reason, in search of food and shelter, they went to the different countries and they have settled in the different countries. Again, Hitler wants to bring back all the people into one nation. So, that was the main motto of the Hitler. So, for that reason, he want to conquer the different places and he want to bring all the Germans who were living in the different countries. He want to bring all the Germans into the Germany. So for that reason he was trying to occupy the places. And after that, establishment of the racial state, how he established the state, how the differences were there after getting the power, after including the power, after the pinnacle power was in the hands of the Hitler at that time. What was the kind of behavior of the Nazis as well? What was the kind of the behavior of the Hitler? How they have started administrating the people? What kind of methodology was followed? What kind of discrimination was shown on the people by the Nazis as well Hitler? So that we will learn in this topic. The establishment of the racial state. So how they have established the state in the sense here, it's a country. We call it as a country, they'll call it as a state. How the racial establishment, what was the discrimination was established in the country by the Nazis and the Hitler. So that we will discuss now. Right. So here, Nazis quickly began to implement their dream, creating racial community of pure Germans. So Nazis want to give priority to the Germans only. They don't want to give priority to any other category or any other country people. They want to give only priority to the Germans, and they have started giving the priority, and they have started making the community also in that way. The German community, they want to make the German community, and they have started where they have quickly implemented to separate the people of Germans and the other people. And the people have been selected, the Germans have been selected based on the physically who were seen as a un, uh, undesirable in the extended kingdom. The people have been selected for the Germany based on their physical features. Already I have told you, if the people are mentally or physically disabled, so those people were not allowed into the kingdom. Those who are healthy, those who are physically fit, so those people were called as the desirable people, and those who are and physically physically were suffering, so those people were called as undesirable. Means they are not fit for the kingdom. They were not allowed into the Hitler's kingdom. So in such a way, the Hitler selected the Germans into his kingdom, and Nazis wanted only pure and healthy Nordic Aryans. Nordic Aryans means, already I have told you, the German who settled in the different countries for their existing purpose. Again, the Nazis wants to bring back those people into the Germany, and that bringing back the Nordic Germans from the different countries. So those people were selected based on the physical features of the people. If they are mentally, physically, they are in good condition, So those people called as the desirable people, if the people are mentally, physically or weak, so those people are called as the undesirable people, and these undesirable people were not allowed into the kingdom, were not allowed into the Hitler's kingdom, because there is no use with these people. Okay, that was the, you know, selection of the Nordic Aryans from the different countries, and who undesirable, if they are Germans also, no right to exist. Okay, these undesirable people, if they are Germans also, they don't have right to exist. What is mean by right to exist? Can anybody say what is mean by there is no right to exist? They
Ma'am,
don't,
no right to live in Germany.
yeah, they don't have right to live actually. So what they have to do? Those people will be killed very badly. Okay, these people were killed very badly in the concentration camps and in the torture camps. So in that way, the Hitler has, you know, the Hitler and the Nazi people have selected the Nordic Aryans who settled in the different countries. So based on the physical features, they have selected the people, those who are good, those who are fit physically, mentally. They were called as the desirable people. Those who are mentally, physically retarded people, those were called as the undesirable people. And undesirable people, if they belongs to the Germany also, they don't have right to exist in the country. So they used to kill very badly in the Germany, and disabled people were killed under euthanasia program. Euthanasia program, in the sense, euthanasia means it is, you know, very brutally the people used to be killed. So the people who were physically, mentally are weak, though they are belongs to the Germany. So under the process, under the program of euthanasia, the program is called as euthanasia. Under this program, the undesirable people were killed very badly, and even these people were killed. The Jews and the undesirable people were killed by the Helmut's father, that means Hitler's father, and along with the Nazis. Hitler's father and along with the Nazis, right? So Hitler's father and along with the Nazis were killed, these people, Nazis and Helmut's father. Helmut's father killed the Jews and this undesirable people.
Ma'am, also mentally and physically
Yeah,
unfit people.
undesirable people in the sense those who are mentally and physically retarded people. So those
Okay,
people
ma'am.
will come under the undesirable. So why here in the first discussion we have learned that Helmut's father was caring for the Jews. Now did you understand why Helmut's father was caring to the Jews? Because Helmut's father killed the Jews as well as the undesirable, people in a very brutally, very, violentical way. The people were